Hi everyone, it's time again for our weekly energy reading using Yoga Mudra Oracle, and I am accompanied today with the sound of some grass cutters and I think a leaf blower in the background. So I'm using my little lapel mic, so hopefully you're able to hear me okay. And I always find that really interesting. I don't know about you, but what happens more often than not for me is when I'm going to sit down in my daily meditation practice in the morning and the evening, often something like this happens. Like it will just be peaceful and quiet. I'll sit down and then there'll be a leaf blower start up, or there'll be construction work, or there'll be something that is wanting to pull my attention away. And I really feel that that is kind of a beautiful metaphor for spiritual work. When we go to make that effort, often we can be met with some sort of opposition that might come in the way of noise, or may come in another way altogether. Lots of examples I can think of actually. And so today is one of those days where, I'm trying to create this lovely, beautiful sense of space, and I've got this noise to deal with. But regardless, I'm going ahead with this reading, and I think it just really calls on us, on me, to find something within that can transcend those distractions, that noise. And that is something that we have to do all the time in life if we're trying to come back to a peaceful place within, and more so in this day and age where there's just so much distraction, so much pull on our focus. So sort of a nice introduction, I guess, for today's reading. And just before we get into that, a little recap on last week. Last week we drew Usha's Mudra, such a beautiful mudra, which looks like this, hands clasped together, I can't say that word very well, with the left thumb on the outside for women, or if you identify as a female, and right thumb on the outside for men, if you identify as a male. And really, that's just up to you too. If it feels better one way or the other, please just go with that. But such a gorgeous mudra to use. You just place it wherever it's comfortable. And yeah, I'd love to hear if you've been practicing, following along with me. I'd love to hear in the comments how you went using Usha's Mudra last week. I know certainly for me, I found it very grounding, very centering. I also found it helped me create that space within, so that creative energy and impulse could come. And that mudra is all about new beginnings and inviting in creative flow. It's all about vitality, the colors of sunrise, of hope, of joy, and it's also connects to the sacral chakra, that beautiful creative energy. So I hope you went well with Usha's Mudra. And I did have a friend reach out actually, and she asked me a question about it, which I thought I'd just share here. And she asked if there was a connection between Prana Mudra, and that looks like this, and Usha's Mudra. And there is. They're both energizing mudras. They both connect to the lower centers. Prana Mudra connects to the root chakra. So it's a very activating energy. It's one that activates all the chakras. So it's a great mudra to use, around the 3 p.m. slump. If you're a bit tired, need a little burst of energy. So Prana Mudra and Usha's Mudra, there is a lovely connection. They're both vitality mudras. And before we get into the reading for this week to see what mudra is there for us that can support us, I just wanted to talk very briefly about the astrological energies. I'm no expert in astrology. I have studied it. I do love it. So very basic little overview for everybody. And what I wanted to just talk about is how we've just come out of a beautiful new moon in Scorpio. So lots of deep unearthing and, you know, beautiful new beginnings. And we had a very powerful and potent grand trine in water signs on the 20th as well. So I did a little bit of research just before jumping on this morning and really interested to learn a bit more about what that means, because a grand trine in water, you know, it's a really feels like a very beautiful, rich, deep, emotional, energetic resonance. And I came across just a little saying about what we're still in now, even though that was last week, we're still feeling the effects of that grand trine in water. And just a lovely quote I found online saying a little bit more about it. I'm just going to read it now. It's saying that the flow of this energy is described more like a long cleansing rainstorm rather than a brief shower. So we're in that now. We're in that cleansing process, that long cleansing rainstorm, and that's leading into December. So we're in that energy right now. So with this in mind, I'm going to grab Yoga Mudra Oracle. Here it is. I'm going to give the cards a shuffle and we'll see what's there for us today and see what mudra is there for us coming into this new week, what mudra can support us as we step into this new week. And I hope you're finding these readings helpful. I am trying to keep them a little bit shorter. They seem to be going for about 15 minutes every time I do them, but every time I jump on, I'm like, I should be able to make this shorter, but I seem to just ramble. So I hope you are enjoying these ramblings. Thanks for your comments. Okay, let's see what's there for us today. Just have quite an intuitive way of pulling cards from this deck. Just waiting for the right one. And while I'm shuffling, I just want to recount, I had a beautiful yoga practice this morning with my teacher, Jill Harris. Thank you, Jill. And during Shavasana, you know, it's just such a beautiful moment in time, and I really felt that incredible space of stillness and expansion open up within me just for a few moments. And I think, you know, when we are touched by that different rhythm within that we can find, you know, during meditation or yoga, we yearn more for it. And I feel, you know, through using mudras, we can grow that space that we're all trying to find in our life. And it's a real slowing down of time. And I feel as we're heading into December, this is something that we all can benefit from nurturing within us. So let's see what the deck has to say today. Maybe it will be something along that theme, maybe not. Let's see. Interesting. I'm always so surprised by the cards I draw. This is Ganesha Mudra. Ganesha Mudra. You can see in the artwork there's an elephant softly put in the background there behind the hands, the elephant god, Hindu elephant god, remover of obstacles. So very interesting card pull today. Perhaps it's a little bit linked with what we're talking about before, about the long cleansing rainstorm energy. So it's like a letting go, removing those obstacles in the process. So I'm going to grab the guidebook now and we'll just have a look at what the guidance has to say on Ganesha Mudra. And then we'll practice it together. And you may even like to do it now as I'm giving the guidance. So this is quite a strong mudra, even though it looks very, very simple and easy, which can be quite interesting with mudras. They can look quite passive, but they actually do require a little bit of energy and focus. So this is one of those. It is quite, I would call, a stronger mudra. Here we go. Yes, so we practice this one with our left palm facing out, right palm facing in towards you. So then you're going to interlock the fingers and you hold it in front of the heart chakra. So left hand out, right hand facing in, and then we're just going to grip the hands together. So we're forming that link and we're placing it in front of the heart, and we actually turn the mudra at a certain point that feels right for you. And we're going to place a little, so we'll start with the left hand facing out. We're going to place a little bit of tension between those hands. So we're not just kind of like, nice and relaxed here. There's just a little bit of a tension. It shouldn't hurt, it shouldn't feel uncomfortable, but we're placing some attention there. So there's sort of like a little bit of a pull. So placing that in front of the heart chakra and just really trying to relax the shoulders in this pose. They can get a little bit tight. At any point you can let the mudra go and you can just actually visualize the mudra too. So you might like to try this mudra now with me as I read the guidance to you. So this mudra is all about breaking down barriers. Ganesha is the Hindu deity who conquers obstacles and opposition. Fire element, the elephant, representing courage and confidence, strengthens the heart. What is it that stands in your way right now? Is it part of your inner or outer world? Whatever this roadblock, this card is given to you now to remind you of your strength of character and inner fortitude. You have the power to break down these obstacles and move towards your goals, be they personal growth, fulfillment of a dream, or your deepest heart wishes. At this moment, your heavenly guides gather to help you move through what may feel murky toward a clearer picture of how to align yourself with your soul. As we approach a dilemma, major life challenge, or wall of resistance, things can feel extra challenging. Deep hurts may rise to the surface. Know that this discomfort is a sign you are cutting through old patterns, clearing away debris, and making space for light to dawn through the darkness. Hold this image of a sunrise of a new day. Feel the stillness and peace. Work through old patterns of belief with a sense of new hope. Know that all will be revealed as you let go of old fixed ways. Remember to call on the strength of Ganesha and your guides to be with you at this pivotal time of awakening. And there's a little affirmation offered, and it says, so this is something you can repeat to yourself as you use Ganesha Mudra. With divine help and renewed inner strength, I cut away ancient patterns of belief to reveal a new day dawning. So it's so in tune with the new moon, with the Scorpio new moon. It's also so in tune with the last mudra we explored, Usha's mudra, which is all about new beginnings and new dawn. And this one even refers to revealing a new day dawning. So it feels like it is a real time of awakening at the moment. It also feels like Ganesha Mudra can be a very potent and powerful mudra to use, even just for a breath, a minute, 5 minutes or more in your meditation or just during your day, to help support this beautiful awakening process that feels like has sort of amped up in recent times, to be honest. If you want to deepen your practice with Ganesha Mudra, you can experiment by, on the inhale, so as you breathe in, letting go of tension. On the exhale, tense the grip of the mudra by pulling the hands apart without releasing them. So we can even try this now if you like. As you breathe in, we're really feeling a letting go of tension. As we breathe out, we're actually tensing the grip a little bit and just letting go. So breathing in, relaxing the grip, letting go. Breathing out, tensing the grip, letting go. So a little rhythm like that can be very helpful. I really hope you go well with Ganesha Mudra this week. I'm really enjoying doing these readings, and I hope you're getting something from them. And wishing you a really, really good week ahead. And please feel free to reach out if you've got any questions, or direct message me if you want to talk about what's been coming up, what you're feeling when you're using this mudra. I'm always just so interested to hear. So sending lots of love to you all for the week ahead, and until next week, namaste. Thank you.